Sorry about that last video, guys. I had to cut it short. Something came up. So I'm just going to finish up with this new video on the humanistic perspective, and then we will be officially done with Unit 1. And like I said, the exam, the multiple choice, I will give you on Thursday, and then on Monday of next week, you'll do the essay, and then Wednesday of next week, we'll go over the grades, and then we'll start Unit 2, when we'll actually get into the different disorders. So give me a second for the last slide. Okay. So the humanistic perspective, we talked a little bit about humanism when we talked about Abraham Maslow and his hierarchy of needs. Okay, there's two names that you have to associate with humanism. One is Abraham Maslow, and the second one is a guy by the name of Carl Rogers. What they believed is that human beings are unique, and we all have it within ourselves to reach our potential, to, in a sense, be what we were meant to be happy, to make other people happy, okay? And they called this ability to reach your unique potential, to be the person you were meant to be, self-actualization. The problem is, according to the humanists, that most people don't self-actualize, don't reach their full potential. And again, we could spend, an hour just on this perspective and just scratch the surface. I'm just giving you the highlights, the things that you need to know that are going to be on the exam. So the reason, according to the humanists, that most people don't self-actualize is based on the way they're treated by other people. And what I mean by that is, according to humanism, there's something called unconditional positive regard, meaning that you should accept a person, good and bad, and understand that they're unique and that they're special, and you shouldn't try to judge them. The humanists believe that it's part of our sort of upbringing to learn to judge other people and to regard other people in a certain way based on their behavior. So they call this tendency conditional positive regard as opposed to unconditional positive regard. So in conditional positive regard, let's say you have a father who really wants his son to be a really good athlete, and the kid himself doesn't really like sports that much. He's much more interested in reading, and he's much more interested in chess. But the father really wants the child to be a good athlete, really wants the child to play sports. So in a sense, like all children, this kid wants his father's approval. He wants his father's love. So what he does is he makes himself play sports, even though he doesn't like it, to get the approval that he seeks from his father. This is an example of conditional positive regard. But at the end of the day, all of the time and the energy that this kid is spending playing sports isn't really making him happy. So the humanists believe that the more conditional positive regard we sort of experience in our life, the more likely that that conditional positive regard sets us up for failure and can be sort of the root of a lot of mental illnesses, especially illnesses related to anxiety and depression. So from the humanistic perspective, therapy is designed to treat the person in a way where they can accept themselves, where they don't feel that they're being judged. And they call this type of therapy client-centered therapy. And it's the belief that in the therapy session, the therapist will treat you genuinely. They will give you that unconditional positive regard. And in a sense, they don't tell you what it is that you need to do. So from a humanistic perspective, it's not the therapist's job to tell you how to live your life. The only person that could do that for you is you. The therapist's job from a humanistic perspective is to create an environment where you feel safe exploring your life and feeling that you're not being judged by the things that you say or the things that you sort of feel about your life. And nobody is going to tell you what to do. They're just going to give you the sort of foundation that you need to find those answers for yourself. So that's the humanistic perspective. And on that note, really, we are now done with Unit 1. Everything that you need to know we covered in chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on Thursday, I will put the exam up, and I will be with you all class Thursday. If you have any questions about the exam, we'll go over those questions. I can't give you the answers, but I can help you understand the question a little bit better if you find that you're not able to understand it. All right? So on that note, we are done with this chapter, chapter 4. and I'll see everybody on our next class.